name is Jim Woods. I've been in the field of design for over 13 years professionally, but it started much earlier than that in high school. I won my first logo competition in high school and sort of been doing it ever since. I've worked in not too many places. I've worked with Clear Channel Communications in Baltimore, doing stuff for Baltimore and Washington with their advertising, and then moved to Tetra in 2001, I believe. And then the company sort of grew and expanded, and now I'm responsible for the Tetra brand, Rainland, Instant Ocean, Jungle, Aquatech, and a bunch of other private label brands as well. I would like to be known as a great manager, as someone who fosters other people's creativity. And what I feel like one of my strengths has always been is being able to take a look and guide other people's work and sort of leverage their talent and take them to the next level. To be able to do that and see them succeed and see their work progress and feel like I had some sort of responsibility and was able to help them do that brings me a great amount of pride. You know, being able to pass that and have that legacy would be a tremendous honor. I've always been good in art, and from a very young age, I started in 4-H, and even in middle school, and I think early high school, I started designing t-shirts and stuff like that for different camps I was at, just because I was decent at it, and I never really thought of it as a career. And then in high school, I took pretty much every art class there was, and one of my teachers was an ex-billboard painter, and that was her previous career. She did hand-painted billboards, and she's the one who actually proposed it to me and to my parents that I should go to school for commercial art and pursue that as a career. Obviously, my parents were petrified and went to her to ask if I'd be living in their basement for the rest of their life as a starving artist. And it just sort of progressed from there. So it really was sort of spawned by just something I was good at, and then having a teacher that really fostered it and exposed me to what it was and that there was a legitimate career that she thought I could be successful in. In high school, I think it was either my junior, it might have been my senior year, I won a professional logo competition. And that was sort of my first real validation that what I'm doing is actually good. You know, that someone beyond my family actually is telling me that, hey, this is good, it's worthwhile. And getting that award was huge. And that really gave me the confidence to keep pushing forward and know that maybe I've got what it takes. This is going to sound really, really hokey, and it's not a fixed answer. It's probably my mother. My mother is very crafty, right? She is sort of jack of all trades when it comes to just crafts and creativity, and she did these little sculptures with acrylic clay, and we would go and spend weekends at craft shows and stuff like that selling these things. So that was sort of like the inspiration, you know, that's what got me going, that's what moved me forward. So if it was to narrow it down to one person, I'd say it was her, but it's constantly evolving. You know, there's always people that you see that's new, somebody that's different, somebody that you really kind of look at their stuff and go, God, that's fantastic, and why can't I be that good? I've always thought about this because, you know, it's one of those things, this is a very high-paced career, and it's very draining at times, and I'm really worried that is there going to be a point in time where I'm just going to burn out, right? I'm just not going to have the energy, I'm going to run out of ideas. It's always like a tick in the back of my head. If things start slowing down, right, if I start getting burnt out, I don't have the energy to really fight the corporate fight, you know, at the level I'm doing now, maybe, you know, I can go into teaching or something like that and find another outlet where I can express or share and take my expertise. So I don't think it'll ever die. I think it'll just transform. I'm good at it, you know, it makes me, it's something, you know, they always say finding something you like and do it and you'll be happy, you know, and it's one of those things where I feel like I am good at it. I really do enjoy doing it, you know, being able to walk into a store and see the stuff that you've done sitting on the shelf is very satisfying, and it makes an impact. You know, you think and you dig down and you're like, the decision on whether they buy that could be completely because of what I've done on this box. And it's just one of those things where, you know, I look forward to it as a challenge. If it ever gets boring, you know, that's always a downside. I always tell my boss that what keeps me at the company isn't what they're paying me. What keeps me in the company is that I'm happy there, right? I'm happy with the work. I'm happy with the challenges. I'm looking forward to coming in each and every day and pushing and making things better and making things different. And as soon as I lose that, I've lost my passion. So I need to keep that passion and make sure that it's valid and make sure that it keeps going and sort of find new outlets to keep that going. Design for me is solving a problem. I think there's a big difference between art and design. Art you do for yourself, design you do for everyone else. And that's sort of what dictates to me what good design is. Doing it to please everyone else and making sure that it makes sense. One, I try to relax as much as possible. Again, the stuff that happens at work is very stressful. It takes a lot out of you, and being able to recharge your batteries is key. And having that time at home, separating my work life from my personal life is critical. And doing things I enjoy at home and finding things that I do that I like. And, I've got a motorcycle and a dirt bike, and getting out and doing that kind of stuff just kind of frees my mind, and takes all that stuff away. And spending time with my family just sort of gets me out of that groove. And if I don't get out of that groove, I don't feel like I can come back and effectively do what I need to do at work, because I've never cleared my head, and I just need to get that to happen. Well, one, it's supported me, and it's part of everything I do. The way I decorate my home, the way my vehicles look, everything that I do is completely impacted by design. I'm all about what I have and how it looks, and I need things a certain way. I'm almost just very retentive about that. And a lot of that has to do with just, and I hate to use the word image because I feel like it's the bad word, but, it's perception and my enjoyment and the fact that I look at that and I go, that is different, that is cool, and that is me, and making that a part of my entire life.